Yeah. Yeah, well, I will start. This is a good topic to start on. It's this it's this paradox that we are in. This message is about peace. Peace is the link, the connection between all beings and between everything. Because either you express the peace that you feel, or you are longing for that peace. And that's the only option for all beings. If there is an option, that's the only option. If there is a choice, this is the only choice. Either you express the peace that you feel, or you long for it. And that's what unites all of us, right here, right now, constantly. Whoever you meet, whatever even object, it's really the same. We all seek to be at peace with others, at peace with the world, but most of all, at peace with our own self, within. And the more we see that this is the purpose of this experience, to remember that there is a peace that is here. And these experiences can seem to hide it constantly from us, with sensations, with a layer of sensation that we call the body, with a layer of perception that we call the world outside, with a layer of thoughts, imagination, hallucination, illusion that we call the mind. And those layers seem to hide what we seek. Those layers seem to be the problem that we need to solve, or that we need to rearrange in a specific way to get the peace that we are longing for. What we don't see clearly is that the peace that we long for is what we are. And our experience, sensing, perceiving, and thinking are a shining forth of our own being. And as this shining forth can be perceived in two ways only. Either come like an expression of my peace, or it can be perceived as a block, as a resistance, as an impediment to feel that peace. What is interesting is that either way it doesn't change what we are. If we identify with a body, if we believe that we are inside a physical world, if we believe that we are a thought, one thought, an individual, even if we believe that, this belief do not change the nature of what we are, the nature of our being. And because it doesn't change what we are, the beingness that we are, it is never an impediment to feel the peace that my own being provides. So all of the process, the online course that I build, all the books that you read, all of the teachers, is really the same thing. Understand that if you are suffering, that's because you are confused on what you are and what is experience, what is the nature of experience. And because you are confused about that, you feel disconnected from what you are, and therefore you feel disconnected from peace. But a feeling of disconnection a belief of separation is not a fact, it's not an actual fact. And it's important to remember that what we long for is peace. Even when we try to understand non-duality, even if we try to understand life, even if we try to understand physics, even if we try to understand anything at anywhere, what we really want is the peace that we believe that this understanding will provide us. So this is a peace story. This is your peace story. This is your way, your very specific way that you express the peace that you are. And it can be seemingly paradoxical, because I can feel pain in the body, I can perceive difficult situation around me, and I can have very negative thoughts. And in our confusion, we believe that the pain, the difficult world that we perceive outside, and the negative thought, which is suffering that appear, is blocking our peace. In fact, when we have those beliefs of those experiences, we are giving power, we are giving a reality, and by giving reality, we give power to those phenomena, to this apparition, to disconnect us from what we are. Not in reality, but we feel disconnected. We feel that I'm not in peace because my body, and that's the story. I'm not in peace because the world out there, this and this is happening. I'm not at peace because my mind is agitated, because this, because that. So when I feel disconnected, and I feel alone, I feel fear, I feel anxiety, whatever it is, and I put the responsibility on experience, on the story, this is the core of the confusion. To believe that a sensation, a perception, or a thought can disturb your peace. Because remember that the peace that I'm talking about is the peace of what you are. Is the really essence of your being. And we have the tendency to analyze everything, which until at some point can be useful, and at some point it becomes a problem, because this is not understandable. And that's where it's that we need to be at peace with paradox, with the way that reality is very paradoxical. And why not? Reality it always appears as something. But it never changes of nature. Isn't that amazing? And one of the symbols of this you can take is like water. Water is a very good example. Because water have three different states: liquid, solid, and gas. But it doesn't matter the form in which water appear, liquid, solid, gas, it's still water. So the form can change and vary, but the essence is always the same. This is exactly what is happening with our being. But instead of having three different states, we have a billion and billion and billion of different states. The capacity of modulation of our being is infinite. That's why experience is infinite. I'm amazed about Netflix. Netflix, there is constantly new movies. I mean, it seems like pouring stories. It seems like infinite. I mean, I thought at some point we have done everything, right? I mean, it's done. You know, we have a million movie. Everything was written. No, that's not like. There is always new movies. Paint is the same. There's always new things to paint. Music is the same. There's always new music. Clothes is the same. There's always new. Physics, science is the same. Always new discovery on the body. Oh, new things, constantly. Why? Because experience is infinite. So intellectual understanding is limitless. The modulation of our being is infinite in its capacity of presenting phenomena. Just like water have three states, and it can change constantly between the three of them. Reality is the same with everything, constantly shifting, changing. This is a message of peace, not a peace that you will be happy in a physical world out there. You will be happy in this country. You will be happy there, or war will stop. There is no war. The war, it's in your own mind, in your own confusion. You think you are separate. You think you are in conflict. So we are all in this together. Because there is one being and there is one peace. So we are all this infinite being, and we are all seeking the same peace. So we are all in this together, and we are all traveling. I mean, we all arrive at the same destination already. It's like we are in an airplane, you know, and we are all traveling together, but we are all watching different movies and convinced that we'll arrive somewhere else. It's insanity. No, we are all in this together. And we are all seeking peace, all of us. And that's very important, because if you can perceive, understand, and feel what I'm talking about, you will see how your relationship will change with your friends, with your co-workers, with the people that you seemingly hate, with everything will change. Because you understand, we want the same thing, but we are confused on our perspective. Our perspective is seemingly so different that we seem to be in conflict. But the conflict is not actually here. It's a conflict of perspective, and the perspective is always limited, and because it is limited, it is unreal. It's not actually that. But if I can remember and reconnect to what I am, and remember what I want, I will realize that that's what everyone wants. So then the limitation of my perspective will start to dissolve more and more. And you will start to be able to connect with everyone, because you connect with what everyone wants, and you connect with what everyone is, which is what you are. And you understand. Someone aggressive is not someone that is in essence aggressive. It's someone that is confused about how to get peace. That's all. And when I am aggressive, it's exactly the same. It's not really I that am aggressive. It's just my system is under a strong belief that I need this to be at peace. And of course, the mind is very specific, so it always wants something very specific. And because in this world of phenomena, everything is limited. Well, therefore, I will always be in conflict with everyone and with the universe. Because I want something specific. I want this specifically. I want it. And because I want this, no one can have it. So therefore I have to fight to keep it. And you have to fight to have this thing that you want. And that's how the confusion builds up and become very messy. But at the beginning it's very, very simple. The core of the problem is very, very simple. The periphery gets so complex that we at some point is even too complex to really even think to approach that way. It's way simpler to go to the core every time. Every time we go back to, yeah, I'm here. I am already. And if you don't feel the peace of your being, you start to pay attention to your experience. How am I engaging with my experience to feel disconnected from that peace? What's happening there? Not what's happening in understanding, but in look. When we look, what's happening? And this is sensitivity. This is seeing. When you see, you heal. You heal that, and you understand that this is madness. It's madness to believe that anything here will give you peace. Because this world is an expression of peace, or a call for peace. But this world doesn't give you anything. Just like when you dream it's an expression of something. But the dream itself doesn't give you anything, because the dream itself is your own shining forth already. So peace is here. And now I will say some sentence and see how your body reacts, see how your mind reacts, see what happens. And I will say the sentence in I, because when you hear an I, it's easier to appropriate the sentence to yourself. And you can repeat it out loud or in your mind. And pay attention how anything that kind of resists to it, or feel fear, or feel excuses, or try to talk, or just be sensitive. Look. I am at peace. I am at peace. Peace is my nature. Peace is my nature. There is nothing I have to do to feel it. Peace is my nature, and there is nothing I have to do to feel it. Peace is my nature. Peace is what I am. I have nothing to do to be. I have nothing to do to be at peace. And I have nothing to do. I have nothing to change. I have nothing to become. I have nothing to improve. I have nothing to get. I have nothing to own to be at peace. Peace is what I am. Peace is here. Peace is now. I am at peace with myself. I'm at peace with others. I'm at peace with the world. I'm at peace with the universe. Peace is my name. Unshakable, immutable, infinite, eternal peace. Always now, always here, for eternity and infinity. I am at peace. Peace doesn't go away, doesn't come back. Peace is what I am. I am at peace. with myself eternally. I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do. I have nothing to become. I am at peace now. And notice that this energy that I hope you feel, this peace, your own being that you feel right now, is always here. And you can keep saying this sentence for 24 hours. And so pay attention to, there is something in us who is more interested into the stories, into the drama, is moving from there. That's fine, there's no judgment, no guilt, but notice that there's nothing outside of you that is imposing you to move from that peace, from that I am here, I'm at peace no matter what happens, because peace is what I am. So it's always available whenever you want it and whenever you're interested into it. Peace is here because peace is what you are.